Welcome back to the deep dive. So today is Friday, February 13th, 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And, while everyone else is out there scrambling for Valentine's Day stuff tomorrow, we're looking at a totally different calendar.
A very different calendar.
For you, tomorrow is not about chocolates. It's day 5 of the Greg 3.1 Reality Transurfing Master Curriculum.
And looking at all the data we have, the journals, the logs, day 5 it's shaping up to be maybe the most critical pivot point in this whole 78-day thing. It's a real make-or-break moment.
Yeah, and we have to address the elephant in the room right away. We got your mission input, the latest journal entry, and let's just be real, it was a rough start.
It was a stumble.
A big one. You said you were struck for a loop. There were drinks the night before day 1, a huge hangover, migraines, just that horrible sinking feeling of being behind before you even began.
Right. And the journal, it explicitly says, I have been going to bed without an accurate picture.
Yeah.
And waking up by slowly making my way to my office instead of hitting the ground running. And then there's that line.
Which one?
I haven't had a shower or brushed my teeth. This is not how today was supposed to go.
Oof. You can just feel the disappointment in that. So, okay, the mission for this deep dive is really simple. We are not here to beat you up. We're here to pull from the curriculum, from the looper, the behavior ops manual, the transurfing transcripts, and build a tactical pep talk.
Right. The goal is that when you wake up tomorrow morning, February 14th, you execute day 5. Perfectly.
Yeah.
This is the hard reset.
And it's kind of wild that this failure happened right before day 5.
It's fascinating because the theme for day 5 in the curriculum is the world mirror. And if you really get the mechanics of the mirror, you'll see that day 1 wasn't a disaster. It was just physics.
Okay, let's unpack that, because when you're sitting there in your pajamas at, 11 a.m. feeling like you've blown it, it definitely feels like a disaster.
Oh, absolutely.
It feels like old Greg is back in charge. But the sources, they reframe this.
They completely reframe it. If you look at the transurfing transcripts on the dual mirror, Vadim Zeland explains that reality is, well, it's a mirror. It just reflects your relationship to it. But, and this is the bit everyone gets wrong.
What's that?
It has a time lag.
A lag.
Think of it like this. The mirror of reality it's like high viscosity tar. It's thick. It moves really slowly. So when you woke up on day 1 and saw this hungover, unproductive person, that wasn't a reflection of your choice right then.
It was the past.
It was the reflection of the drinks from the night before, the thoughts from the week before. It was an old picture.
That is such a critical distinction, because the normal reaction, the old Greg reaction, is to see that mess and then frown. You think, I'm failing.
And what does the mirror have to do?
It reflects the frown.
It has no choice. It captures that thought, I am failing, and it starts to bake that into your future. It's a feedback loop. You see failure, so you broadcast failure, so the mirror gives you more failure. That's the trap. You're reacting to an old, obsolete reflection.
So the real stumble isn't the hangover. The stumble is believing the hangover defines the next 78 days.
That's it. The mirror is delayed. The work you're going to do tomorrow, on day 5, it might not show up in your bank account for a few days. That's the tar moving. But the whole instruction for tomorrow is to hack that delay.
Which brings us to the actual task for February 14th. I'm looking at the curriculum, and the principle is world mirror, but the task itself is called the amalgam.
Ah, yeah. This is one of my favorite ideas from the audio transcripts. Zeland talks about the old Venetian mirror makers.
Okay.
They figured out that if they added a tiny bit of gold to the amalgam, the reflective backing, it made everyone's reflection look a little healthier, a little warmer.
So they were basically tinting reality to look better than it was.
Exactly. And your job tomorrow is to become the Venetian mirror maker for your own life. The task is this. Stand in front of the mirror, smile, and you affirm, I am the digital mayor.
I am the digital mayor. Okay, let's connect that to the business context from the looper, because that's not just some random affirmation.
No, not at all. It's the core identity. The digital mayor is the person who runs Greg's local guide, who uses the landman model to build digital assets.
Can we just pause on the landman model for a second, just to ground this?
Yeah, sure. So in oil and gas, a landman is the person who goes out and secures the mineral rights, the leases, way before any drilling starts.
Right. They lock down the territory.
Exactly. So in the looper, the landman model is about securing the digital real estate, the local influence, the connections, before the market knows what they're worth.
So when you look in the mirror tomorrow, you might see someone who's tired, stressed. That's the old reflection. The amalgam technique is you mentally adding the gold. You hold the image of the digital mayor who owns that territory.
You hold the image of the $20,000 a month, the partnership with the franchise consultant.
Even if there is zero evidence for it right now.
Especially because the evidence isn't there yet. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't wait for your reflection to smile first. That's impossible.
Right.
You smile.
Yeah.
And you hold it. You wait through the delay. That's the work.
I love that. Trust the delay. It just takes all the pressure off. You don't have to feel amazing tomorrow. You just have to hold the pose.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the how. The journal entry talked about feeling like old Greg took over, the procrastinator. How do you physically switch gears when your brain is just screaming, I'm tired?
Okay, this is where we pull in Becoming Future Greg and some Psycho-Cybernetics. We have to talk about the totem.
The totem. This is like the Pod Herman alter ego thing, right? He used a pair of glasses.
He did. He put on the glasses, and he wasn't Todd anymore. He was Super Todd. It sounds a little silly, but it's based on real science called enclothed cognition.
Enclothed cognition.
Yeah, there are studies. You put a white coat on someone and say it's a doctor's coat. Their attention to detail goes way up. You tell them it's a painter's smock. Nothing happens. The physical object literally changes how you think.
And the Greg 3.1 source material assigns a totem, doesn't it? A ring or glasses?
It does. So this is tactical. The moment you wake up tomorrow, before the phone, before anything else, you put on the totem. That physical action is a signal to your brain. It says, old Greg, the guy feeling guilty about the hangover, is off the clock. Greg 3.1 is online now.
It's an override switch.
It's a manual override of what Psycho-Cybernetics calls the failure mechanism. That journal entry, I didn't do so great today, that's the failure mechanism telling the story. The totem is a physical interrupt. It says, nope, new story starts now.
And speaking of news stories, I want to bring in the behavior ops manual. There's a section on permission that just feels so relevant here.
It's the core of the whole problem. The text explains that we're always waiting for permission, waiting to feel ready or confident before we act.
And in this case, you're waiting for permission to feel like you're back on track.
Exactly. You think you need to earn it with a perfect streak of days. But the manual says permission is internal. You manufacture it with context.
Oh.
This is where the biostack from the morning protocol comes in. The DGL+, the glutamine, the cacao.
Right, the stuff for your gut. But this isn't just about digestion, is it?
Not at all. It's the gut-brain axis. It's science. I mean, 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut, the alcohol from day one. That creates inflammation, which shuts down production. That feeling of doom isn't just in your head. It's biochemical.
So the biostack is literally a mood repair kit.
It's a mood repair kit. When you take the glutamine, you are physically repairing the machinery that generates confidence. It's a ritual. When you get up and treat your body with that precision, you're sending a signal to your subconscious. You're saying, I'm a high-performance machine.
You're shifting the context.
You shift from hungover slacker to elite operator. And that ritual is what grants you the permission to act like the digital mayor.
It's amazing how that all ties together, the biology and the psychology.
And it lines up perfectly with the Daily Stoic entry for February 14th. The quote is, it's just spot on. The title is, Cut the String.
Cut the strings. That's Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, and the quote is, understand at last that you have something in you more powerful and divine than what causes the bodily passions and pulls you like a mere puppet.
Wow. Bodily passions. That's the hangover, the desire to just stay in bed.
Those are the puppet strings, the lethargy, the shame. The divine part he's talking about is your ability to just cut them instantly. You don't untangle them, you just cut. The hangover happened. Okay, cut the string, start the sequence again, now.
Okay, let's synthesize all this. Let's make a battle plan. The listener wakes up tomorrow. It's February 14th, day 5. What is the step-by-step to make this reset actually happen?
Step 1, 5:55 a.m. The curriculum has the 5.55 reset.
Yeah.
But look, even if you wake up a little later, the mental step is the same. Don't lie in bed negotiating.
Get vertical.
Get vertical. Step 2, the totem. Ring, glasses, whatever it is. Put it on immediately. Anchor the identity. You're playing the role of the author now.
Got it. Step 3, the mirror.
The mirror. This is the main assignment for day 5. You go to that bathroom. You might look and feel like a mess. Ignore it. Smile. And you state it. I am the digital mayor. Yeah, the gold to the amalgam. You see the version of you that just closed that big deal.
And then we have to break the paralysis from the journal. The doing chores to avoid real work trap.
Right. The antidote for that in the protocol is the big rock. You have to do one thing immediately that proves to your brain, to your reticular activating system, that the momentum has shifted.
What should that one thing be?
Based on the strategy, it has to be outreach. Not planning it, not making a list, actual outreach. Send one email, make one move related to the landman pitch or that franchise consultant partnership.
Just one.
Just one to start. Action is what kills fear. The second you do that, the loop is broken. You've proved the old reflection wrong.
And I want to remind everyone about the coordinator from the Transurfing material. It says to turn negative events into positive timeline.
Yes, that is the mindset for tomorrow. You have to look at the day one stumble and say, that was necessary.
How is a hangover necessary?
It gave you data. It showed you exactly how easily you can slip. It showed you old Greg is right there waiting for you to fall asleep at the wheel. If day one had been perfect, you might have gotten complacent by day 10. Now you have a healthy respect for the autopilot.
That is a much healthier reframe. It wasn't a failure. It was a system stress test.
And now you know the weak points. So tomorrow, you reinforce the system. You use the biostack for the chemistry, the totem for the identity, and the mirror for the reality.
I want to circle back to one last thing from behavior ops, the concept of pacing reality.
Oh, pacing and leading. Yes, it's a hypnosis technique, but you use it on yourself. So when you look in the mirror, don't pretend the last few days were great.
Acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it. Say, okay, I stumbled. I feel a bit off. That's pacing. You're agreeing with your nervous system so it doesn't fight you.
And then lead is.
Then you pivot. I stumbled, and now I am resetting. I am the digital mayor. If you just try to force positivity, your brain resists. You have to pace first, then lead.
It's the yes and of psychology. Yes, I messed up, and day 5 is going to be perfect.
Exactly. And remember the rule about importance. That journal entry had so much anxiety, so much, this isn't how it was supposed to go. That's you gripping the world by the throat.
And it always fights back.
Always. You have to lower the importance. Treat tomorrow like it's a game. You're an actor playing a part. The part is Greg 3.1. If an actor flubs a line, they don't have a meltdown. They just reset and do the scene again.
Play it cool.
Play it cool. It's that postman attitude from the curriculum. A postman doesn't care if you read the mail. He just delivers it.
Be the postman. Deliver the work. Trust the delay.
That's the mantra.
So, to recap the mission, tomorrow, February 14th, Valentine's Day for the world, game day for you.
It's the day you hack the mirror.
You wake up, totem goes on, biostack to clear the inflammation. You stand in front of the mirror, you smile through the delay, and you declare the identity. I am the digital mayor.
And then you do the work. Just the first piece. You cut the strings of the past, and you start that new timeline.
I love it. It's simple, tactical, and it's all in your control. The past is just a reflection that hasn't faded yet. Tomorrow, you paint a new picture.
And here's a thought to leave you with. That mirror. It's just a machine. It has no judgment. It doesn't care about your hangover. It's just input and output. If you spend tomorrow morning beating yourself up, the mirror has to reflect more reasons to feel bad. It's physics.
Right.
But if you stand there and you grin like a man who just closed a massive deal, the mirror has no choice but to eventually align with that reality. So which image are you going to feed it?
Put on the totem, force the smile, and watch the reflection change. Good luck on day 5.
Let's get to work.